I said, plug me in. I got stuff to talk about, damn it. I'll crawl out of my earbuds once a week to give you a show. That's what I do, folks. I do this show for the common man, for the people in despair. I bring this show into the world and I sell it everywhere. The simple truth lies waiting here, folks, for all of you to share. Hold on, I will take you there. Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-year-old boy podcast. I got my earbuds in. I got my hair did. I got all that stuff done, right? I'm ready for this show. That's what I do. I go out, every week before I come here, I stop. I get a facial, I get a pedicure, I get a manicure, I get my hair did. I was going to get it done, but I said, you know what? Fuck that. My audience is worth getting my hair did. My hair's not did. I got a haircut 2 weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago. And by a haircut, I mean all of them. I don't fuck around anymore, man. I have to actually cut the stuff on the top. Like my hair it's kind of by the way, that sound you just heard, hold on, listen. That's Jill turning off her iPod because she is so sick of my hair and so sick of hearing me talk about it and what kind of gunk I put in it and how many pumps it takes to get it to fucking stay and do the things I want it to do. And I have no idea why she stays. I truly, I love her and she loves me and that works. But then when I start talking about my hair and the fact that I'm an idiot, I just don't understand why she doesn't run the other way and go, I need a man. Why isn't she dating a lumberjack or a hunter or something? It's just so fucking crazy because I'm 6'2", 260, and I could talk about hair gel for an hour and a half without breathing, without even, you'd think that I was taking in air through my ears and eyes if I had gills or something, because I could talk forever about my pomade. It's fucking terrible. It's so bad. And I want to try to talk to her. Oh, by the way, we're here in the oldest building in Hollywood, and our friend Lily Von Stupp is here. Hey, Lily, how are you? Good. We'll talk later. Well, I wanted to acknowledge that you were here because it's been a while. So this is different. The new norm was me in a closet somewhere, but now we're back. We're hitting a groove. Although next week we have to talk about our schedule for next week because I'm a traveling and you're a traveling, and who knows what will happen next week for episode 44. But right now for episode 43, we're here in the oldest building in Hollywood sharing fancy Oreos. That's what Lily and I are doing. That's a lie. I brought them, and then we had a debate about Oreos, and because Lily, look, and if you ever have a friend who utters this sentence, hold them close, because literally I brought Lily cookies, and she just goes, I don't know if I'm gonna like these. And I was like, oh, okay, it's just cookies for my friend. She's like, I'm an Oreo purist. Really? An Oreo purist? Well, these taste free. How does that sound?
They taste free.
Yeah, these are deliciously free. Why don't you fucking have a couple and spare me your discerning taste buds? You and your palate can tell that fucking story to somebody else who didn't bring you free fucking cookies. And yet, here I am being a hypocrite because the reason I've brought these cookies over is because I didn't want them. Because Jill and I, we will involve ourselves in a cookie experiment whenever we find different kinds of cookies. I've talked about Oreos on here in my hunt for the different Oreos, I think. Because I've had the lemon Oreos. See, I don't know. It's really hard for me to keep track. And also, because when you're with me, you will know when I'm talking about stuff. But then when I'm alone, man, I don't have a fucking clue what I've talked about. I know I talked about possibly getting a job at Walmart because I was searching for different Oreos. And then we were making Oreos out of Chinese children's bones. You don't remember that because, again, you don't listen to the show if I'm not in your house. It's totally true. It's true. That's what Kurt Angle would say if he was here. And then he would spray you down with a gigantic fire hose of milk. That's from the Attitude Era. That's from WWE. Nobody cares. I'm talking wrestling and everything. Please don't talk wrestling. Whenever I'll go off onto a tangent about football or wrestling or something, I just know there's factions in the audience who are like, oh my God, go back to cookies. Please talk about your hair gel. I start talking about wrestling. Everybody's like, what kind of hair gel do you use? Get back on track. I must know. But here's I don't get this. All right, why can't just start making the products I like? I just need to get to be rich and win the Powerball, and just so I can have somebody keep making the stuff I like. Because stuff will go away. Like they stop making the products that I use, and I'm like, dude, why? Where's my flavor of Speed Stick? Where's my Cool Fusion? Why is my Cool Fusion going away? I can't find Cool Fusion anywhere. And look, I have a signature scent, you know, but things change when you get older, you grow up. Dude, I used to be zestfully clean. I was never fully clean until I was zestfully clean. That's how I worked my life. I was a zest man from the jump, and to the point where I had to use blue zest. One time my butler bought white zest. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And she's like, I'm sure it's the same thing. It says zest on the package. I'm like, out! And then she took that literally and ran away and took all the white zest. Where did she go with my white zest? Oh my God. And I've spent the last 3 years searching for my white zest. No, but that's not even that's like not even a false story. I wish it was, but it's true. She bought white zest one time, and I'm like, what is this? She's like, it's zest. And I go, but it's different zest. And she's like, no, it's the same. It's just white. And I'm like, yeah, but the blue makes you smell better. I want blue zest, for fuck's sake. You know, it's like when she bought Close Up from India. I don't fucking want this. So now, I go out and buy the products that I like, and I want to make sure that they're there. And so I go on Amazon, and I have to order them. But now, the fucking hair gel that I like, the Redken Loose Ends pomade that was once confiscated at the airport, they've stopped making it, dude. Like, I went to order it a month ago or whatever the fuck. Dude. It used to be like I could get it on, first of all, I could get it at beauty supply shops for like $16, but I could find it on Amazon for $13. And I'm a bargain hunter if nothing else. So I would go on there and I'd order it. Well, dude, I went to fucking Amazon the other day. There's like 3 bottles left in the world and they're $45 each. Like, I mean, it's just that sort of, because it's called Loose Ends by Redken, Redken. And it's a pomade, and it's just, you know what it is? It's like a fucking silky, it feels like Astroglide for your hair. That's basically what it fucking feels like, and it slicks back and it fucking holds. So it's good. That's all I care about. But it also, your hair can kind of fall a little bit if you want it to. And see, again, this is why Jill wants to run away, and right now she has turned off her iPod. I guarantee it, because I will talk about this. And I just may talk about this for the next 45 minutes, folks. I have a Paul Sebastian microweb fiber that I use. I have a Loose Ends by Redken pomade that I use, and today I've got the microweb fiber in there because, unfortunately, the Loose Ends pomade by Redken is apparently it's disappearing off the face of the earth. So I'm trying to conserve what I have at my house. So I don't want to use it because today was just podcast day. So I'm like, my hair doesn't have to look good on podcast day. So I threw in some microwave fiber and it just fucking holds it in place. But also, I cut my hair so like in the back it doesn't flip up anymore because I get a fucking ski lodge in the back of my head, which is fucking depressing. And Jill's just like, I kind of like it. You know, it's actually, you know, it's neat. It's curly. But she doesn't. There's no way she can really like it. She's just being nice because it's curled up in the back, right? I'm not insane, dude. This is always, whenever I'm doing with Jill, there'll be a beat, and I just go, this is what happens when you don't have kids. Like, this is, because I have nothing else to worry about. I think she even said it to me once, like, she's just like, I'm glad you have nothing else to worry about other than fucking 9 different kinds of hair gel. And I'm like, well, dude, only 9? But I mean, I like I said, I used to use a Zest, and I used to use like this, you know, I used to use certain shampoos, and I only used certain products. But then they kind of went away, and then of course we had the great hair crisis of 2009, so I had to fucking go ahead and buy a Nioxin and start putting poison in my hair, and I've been using that. And the thing is, my hair has stopped falling out. Like my hair it's adjusted itself, and I don't know if it's just because I started eating more protein or whatever the fuck happened, but I continue to use the Nioxin just in case, even though I don't think it's really doing anything to like save my hair because there's a falsehood. It's just bullshit that they made it up. They're like, hey, guess what? You don't want to go bald? Use our shampoo. And I fell for it and I stopped going bald, but it has nothing to do with the shampoo. It has everything to do with my diet and the way I change things. But what if it's working in concert with the Nioxin? What if I stop using the Nioxin? I've just gotten to the point now where I don't have to bring Nioxin when I go to Jill's. But she ordered Nioxin for me and she's got it at her house. But then when we go on the road and we go to a hotel somewhere, I'll use the hotel stuff. Like I don't have to bring a little bottle of Nioxin. So I'm okay to use hotel stuff. Jesus Christ, this is a lot of fucking soap talk. You guys are welcome to soap talk. Holy God. This is a lot of grooming aid talk, right?
I actually dozed off.
Did you? See what you've missed over the past 6 weeks? You could have been sitting here and experiencing this right now in your face, but no. You've gone ahead and lived a life and let me have soap talk in my own little closet. But now here I bring soap talk to the oldest building in Hollywood, which quite frankly could use a little soap talk. Let's be honest with ourselves. So I brought Oreos for our friend Lily, and I brought these are the red velvet Oreos. And because I've had the lemon. Dude, I'll tell you this. I went on to Amazon because Jill's son, he's like an Oreo dude like me and Jill. And we told him the ones we'd tried. And he's like, fuck, I've been looking all over for those because we found root beer float in fucking Florida. And there were caramel apple, which came out around Halloween. Dude, those were awesome. But then they have these red velvet ones, and Jill and I bought them, and we ate them, and I brought them to Lily to see what she thought. And what was the consensus here, Lily? What did you think of the red velvet Oreo?
I already tell you, but I'm eating one.
Oh, you're having one now, are you?
Well,
We need a cookie review podcast. We should just do that. Just totally eat cookies on the air.
they remind me.
Yes. You should be crunching that into the microphone.
I'm sorry, I'm not crunching it in the microphone. They remind me of something, but I'm not sure it's good.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Like child abuse?
No.
Are they bringing up some repressed memory of your childhood?
That cookie tastes just like grape.
Oh my God.
No, it
That's actually not a bad slogan, though. I honestly,
just like grape.
you know why? Because everybody in the world buys it once. Honestly, if you said, hey, this cookie tastes like rape, every single person in the world buys it once.
Except those of us who have been raped.
Well,
we already know.
No. But see, listen to me. I disagree. I think you even revisit it. I think you even go, because you want to see if it's true. The people who don't know what rape is like would buy it because they'd be like, I want to see what rape tastes like. But the people who have been raped would just be like, there's no fucking way that cookie tastes like rape, and they would buy it. I am sorry. Listen, I give this out. This is free. Take this, Leo Burnett and everybody else out there, all you advertising agencies. Whatever cookie company out there wants to be adventurous and take on this slogan, this cookie tastes like rape, you will make billions of dollars once. And then you could stop making the cookie, and then you could take the heat. Dude, you could totally take the heat and the PR flack if you fucking put out a cookie and you said, this cookie tastes like rape, because everybody would buy the shit out of it for like a day. And you would just reap in that fucking profit, and then you could just close down the cookie factory forever. And people would be like, dude, where's that cookie that tastes like rape? And you'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, it was a failed idea. But we made a lot of money right in the initial fucking offering. Your IPO would be so great.
Will it be in one of the very tiny, small, little fucking rip-off Oreo packages that say limited edition? There's like 12 cookies in this. It's a limited edition. Oreos are a rip-off anymore.
Jill came into my house and she saw that there because I had told her I'd bought them. I took a photo. Actually, I took a photo of them when I was at Target and sent it to her. And she's like, oh, dude, yeah. So I bought them. They were waiting at the house. She walked in, she saw that package, and she grabbed them. She goes, you haven't had any of these? And I go, no. And she goes, I saw the package and I figured that you had eaten half of it. Like, that's why half the package was gone. And I'm like, I'm not Cookie Monster. Like, I would eat the plastic wrap and everything, for fuck's sake. But yeah, it's a smaller version of a package of Oreos because it is a limited edition. And that's how the root beer float came, actually, too. The root beer float was in a smaller version.
Again, it tastes like something, but not necessarily something that I went, oh my God, I have to eat that again. That reminds me of childhood, or that reminds me of happiness, or this is great. Because again, I'm an Oreo purist, I'm not going to lie.
That's what I've heard.
So, I mean, it's not terrible, but there's nothing about it where I go, wow, that's worth switching over to.
This cookie tastes like rape.
No.
Why doesn't somebody take... I'm giving it to you for free. Actually, no, bullshit, not free. You got to cut me in on the first million. I got to get the first $1 million.
Anyone that could make $1 million off of rape cookies is not, they're bad. They're bad
No,
people.
they're awesome. Dude, this cookie tastes like rape. Because then you bite it and you're just like, this tastes like chocolate chips. And you're just like, yeah. I mean, because again, it's all interpretive. It's all relative to you. What do you think rape tastes like?
Oh my God,
See, that's the thing. It's got to fucking figure out what people think.
please stop.
Because if some, like I said, there's two distinct audiences. The people who've never been raped would go, I got to know what rape tastes like. And the people who have been raped would go, that's no way this cookie tastes like rape. And they all buy it. Everybody buys a cookie that tastes like rape. Yes, they do. You're so sad. You're like, you're holding your head in your hands. You're like, no, they.
I've given up. The rape cookies you broke me.
It's a great idea.
No.
No, it's a fantastic idea.
Make cookies that taste like unicorns.
Well, but here's the thing.
And happiness.
Again,
Dad.
you're not listening to me. I don't give a flying fuck what the cookie tastes like.
No.
But if your slogan is, this cookie tastes like rape,
No.
you will sell 1 billion of them.
No, you won't.
Yes, because
You'll
someone...
get outrage from society.
Right, but they would buy those and they would eat them and they would go just like, oh man, this totally doesn't taste like rape. This tastes like Nilla wafers. And you'd be like, well, hey, I got news for you. That's what rape tastes like in my world. Everybody's going to have a different interpretation of it, and everybody's going to want to know what the fuck it is. They're all going to get on the fucking rape cookie train. Absolutely.
Oh my God, now it's a rape train.
Yeah, no, it's a rape cookie train. It's not a rape train. See, no, because that's terrible. If you were like, hey, this train rides like rape, that's not fun at all. But if you said this cookie tastes like rape, you're in. Everybody's in. This show should probably have a trigger alert.
This show should not be recorded.
What are you saying? I disagree.
So what do the cookies taste like to you? And please don't say rape.
Again, I would know from that. But here's what I think of these cookies. And Jill and I, we certainly agreed.
Did you eat like one each?
Yes.
There were like none.
Yes.
I've eaten more of them than you. because I ate two.
We bought them, we opened them, we ate one each, and that was it. That was it.
I ate two, and the second one did not make the first one seem any better.
Well, this will sound weird. The red velvet, because I mean, again, the caramel apple Oreos they tasted like caramel apple. They were fucking great. And the root beer float Oreos, we both looked at each other. We're just like, dude, it's a good thing our relationship is so strong, because otherwise Jill would have broken up with me and left with the cookies. I mean, that's how good they were. You're making a face. What?
I'm laughing because I know she'll never leave with your hair gel.
She's not going to get the opportunity. She couldn't carry all of it. But these cookies, this will, and I don't know if this will make sense to you folks out there. I don't know if it'll make sense to my friend Lily. But when we tried the red velvet Oreos, both Jill and I said the exact same thing. We looked at each other and we went, these taste like cookies. Does that make sense? They just taste like generic, off-the-shelf, frosted cookies. Like they don't...
Yes, I can taste like baking soda.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's because Oreos have that distinctive... They have like a bitter note to them, which is fucking
Oreos
terrible that
taste
I'm
like
saying that.
chocolate. This
Yes.
tastes like imitation chocolate.
They taste phony. These taste phony. These cookies are a lie. You know what? I'm a red velvet Oreo denier. That's what I am.
Cookies are a lie.
These cookies are a lie.
They taste like lies.
Don't they? They taste like vanilla lies. I mean, they're just, because again, they just have this like hint of sweetness, and there's no red velvet to it. But you know what? I got to be honest with you. Fuck red velvet, as long as we're talking about it, because I've gone to even Sprinkles cupcakes. Like I've had red velvet cupcakes from there. Dude, all it is like chocolate that they've dyed to look red, and it doesn't even have a chocolatey taste to it. You're shaking me off. Why?
You just said fuck red velvet.
You're goddamn right I did. And that's the stripper and the cupcake.
Red velvet is a deep, dark chocolate. I
Ugh.
thought you would like it because it's a darker, bittersweet chocolate.
It doesn't work for me at all. It's phony. Again, it's fake. It advertises something that it's not. Give me chocolate. I want chocolate. You want to make a chocolate cupcake? Make it chocolate. Make it ganache. Throw a little ganache in there. Make it ganache.
Yes.
You make a ganache with panache. That's what I want. God damn it, in my chocolate cupcake. But you don't have to red velvet it. Nobody has to dye it and fucking make it sound like sheets I want to fuck somebody in. I mean, I'm not. Although, dude, I don't want to fucking be in red velvet sheets. That would be terrible, right? Dude, can you imagine trying to get cum out of velvet sheets? Oh my Christ.
God.
Dude, that'd be like getting gum in a pony's hair. That'd be fucking awful. Seriously. It's like the second you tried to like even wipe it off, it would like bead up and it would just be so bad. Dude, you couldn't get cum out of velvet sheets. That's why you can't sleep in velvet sheets. You got to sleep in satin sheets or regular sheets or like 12,000 thread count sheets or whatever the fuck. But you can't cum in velvet sheets because again, it would be just like rubbing it would totally beat up and make a fucking horrible mess. Ugh, terrible. It's like when remember when you're in second grade and you used to cover your hand with rubber cement and then you'd like rub your hands together and you make like all that. That's what it's like if you cum in velvet sheets. Seats. Don't come in velvet seats either. Seriously, if you're going to jerk off at the opera, please use the restroom. I have not been to the opera, but I have to be honest. I don't think I would be seized with the opportunity to jerk off at the opera. I mean, all right, hold on. Let me think of that. I would certainly have the opportunity to jerk off at the opera, but I don't think I would take that opportunity. I would not seize that chance. Seriously, I just throw this out to you if you're thinking of taking me to the opera and you're like, I can't bring Mike to the opera, he'll jerk off. Well, I'm telling you right now, if you want to bring me to the opera, I don't think I would jerk off there. But if I did, I certainly wouldn't come on the seat because again, we all know what happens when you come on velvet.
I love that the opera house you're going to has velvet seats.
Listen, if I'm doing this, I'm doing it. I am not fucking around. You think you're going to take me to a fucking opera with vinyl seats? What the fuck? Class it up here. I'm not just going to jerk off in some fucking old film hall. I mean, you better fucking bring it. There'd be a curtain and a president getting shot in a balcony and the whole fucking thing, and I'll rub one out right there in front of you. Let's do it. Right when D. Fledermaus hits the stage. And I'll bet I could hit him from the balcony.
Really?
That's an opera, right?
Sure.
I think it is D. Fledermaus.
Yes.
Okay, he is. Which but that's German for the Fledermaus.
Oh my fuck.
Dude, I can't jerk off at a mouse opera. Seriously, I got to be discerning in what opera I jerk off in.
Oh god.
All right. Well, but I just said I wouldn't jerk. Oh, Christ. Look, I've already gone back on my word. Foolish. So these cookies taste phony, man. That's the whole bottom line. They taste like just vanilla lies. They're just. I used to go. It was funny when I was really fat. This is a terrible admission. I would go to 7-Eleven, and they had just. I think the package just said cookies, like that. It just said cookies, and they were $1. But it was a big container of them, like a big package, and I'd buy like 3 of them and eat them in a night because I was fucking stupid fat, and so I would just mow through those because they just tasted like icing. You know what I mean? And that's what these taste like. They don't taste like red. They don't taste like velvet. And they certainly don't taste like fucking Oreo. They just taste like cookies. And you're firmly in agreement with me, are you not?
Yeah, that's yeah. If you're gonna leave him, I'll have Eddie try it and I'll give you feedback. But
I'm not gonna leave them.
He's gonna say the same thing. He's gonna go. Are you gonna go give him to a homeless
No,
person you don't like?
I'm going to eat all of them. I didn't say I didn't like them. No, of course I'm not. I may have one more, though, because watching you eat them makes me think that I want to eat one. Isn't that weird? Like, I don't...
It's like, it's like you see the Oreo package and you start to salivate.
A little
and then
bit.
You taste it and you're like, that cookie is a lie.
Well, Jill and I will get stuff, and it's that thing where, again, like I bought bacon Pringles.
See, there's just...
Well, because we'll be walking in the aisle and we'll see stuff and we both make eye contact and we're like, dude. And then you go to her house and she has a chip drawer that has to be reinforced with steel because of all the stuff that we buy that we never eat. There's like barbecue rib chips, there's bacon Pringles, there's fucking cheeseburger Pringles, there's habanero Pringles, there's 3 different kinds of J's with ridges, there's Doritos. I mean, it's insane because we just see them and we're like, oh my God, chicken and a biscuit. I haven't had that since I was 11. Let's get them. And we buy a ton, like a barrel of chicken and a biscuit crackers. And we each eat one and we go, I'm full. And then we go have sex. I mean, it's just like, seriously, I keep.
I love that chicken and a biscuit is some sort of aphrodisiac food for you too.
The crackers are incidental to the activity. I got to be honest with you. It does not matter.
We eat bacon Pringles and fuck.
No.
We eat chicken and a biscuit and we fuck. I think, the food doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't really. It could be any kind of food stuff. I could chew gum. I'm going to brush my teeth and fuck. I don't care. Whatever. I guess it's kind of an oral fixation we're getting at there. Really, when you think about it. I'll tell you this. Fucking this made me laugh, dude. All right, you want to talk about freaking out? Jill was in town last week, and we went to the beach. She and I went to, and we've been to a few different beaches, but we found a beach that we like because it's really neat. You ever go to Dockweiler State Beach? Well, you should definitely avoid the beach because that's where the son lives.
I know.
But
He lives there?
he does. He lives
The
there.
house?
Yeah.
Is that where the term beach house came from? That's where the son lives?
Exactly. He's got a little mailbox. You can send him a letter. You can send him a note. Thank him. Send him a thank you card for all of his activities. But we went to Dockweiler because that's where it's by LAX, so the planes take off right over you.
Yeah.
So you lay on the beach and you look up and they're low, dude. It's fucking great. So I brought Jill there and we laid out, and she took a photo, and we had reservations at a restaurant, and I wanted to double check about what time we had to be there because we were, when you go to the beach and then you have to double back, it's 2 hours to get home. Jill fucking hates traffic. She can't stand it. That's the thing. And it just cracks me up because she's gonna, she'll move here eventually, and as well she should because now she and I are married, so she should be here. Let's talk about that for just a fucking second, if we can. I don't know if you, I talked about this when I wasn't with you. Okay, I talked about it, but I did a podcast called Storyworthy, and then they ran a best of a couple of weeks ago, and in it, the hosts of Storyworthy, Christine and Hannes, said, we get Mike Schmidt. He's got a great story. Mike Schmidt is a comedian. He was in Los Angeles, but now he got married, and he moved to, and they said, a city in Wisconsin. They literally, and it wasn't like a joke. They weren't goofing around. And you don't know this again because I talked about it on one of the episodes that I was at Jill's and I was not here with you, but I referenced it at the end of the show because it made me laugh because they were just, all of a sudden now literally, if they would have called or sent an email, they would have known that is not true. But they went to Facebook and saw that I had pictures with Jill and I had checked in from certain places with her, and so they didn't check anything. Apparently, they just.
Living in Los Angeles.
Yes, and it says relationship, ask. You know what it should? It should just say "see photo section." Like literally, it's just so fucking dumb, that ass thing.
See, they didn't follow the directions. You're right. They should have asked.
Yes, they should have. They should have absolutely contacted me. And again, I know Christine Hannes. I've met, and I when I did the show, I got to meet. I met Hannes there, and he's my Facebook friend, and he's a Packer fan, and I'm a Bear fan. So he teased me because he knows Jill's a Packer fan. But dude, when they talked about this on the show, and it's so funny, I talked about this a few weeks ago, and I thought it was dead. I thought it was kind of a dead issue, and I talked about it. So they said Mike Schmidt is a comedian who just recently got married, and he's moved to Wisconsin. And again, if you contact me, if you do any one scintilla of research, you know that that's not true. And again, it's such a house of cards because it's like they don't know me. They don't listen to this fucking show. Like it just shows how little they know about me, and they threw me into a best of, which is nice, and I'm honored. I was happy to do their show, and I'd love to do it again. But it made me laugh that all you got to do is send me an email and go, "Hey, do you live in Wisconsin now? Are you married?" Like any of that would have been fine.
They didn't check any facts.
Nope.
They did put you in a best.
They got my name right, which was good. That was good news. I missed that. Look at you with your little proud face. You thought you got one past me, but I caught it on the end. That one. Because it dawned on me because I was finishing a thought, and then I went, she just fucking took me out at the knees, goddammit. In case you folks didn't hear that, let's have you repeat it, Lily. Go ahead. Go ahead and repeat it.
I said they didn't check any facts because apparently they put you in a best of.
Wow.
Ow, stop hitting me. You hit me and it felt like a kiss.
Somebody doesn't care for free cookies. All right, so.
Not those free cookies. They don't even taste like free. They taste like sadness.
They've taken a toll on you, certainly. They tasted like they've extracted a piece of your soul. They've stolen a piece of your childhood. These are not the Oreos I was looking for, says Obi-Wan. You know what? Oreo-Wan Kenobi. He said that these are not the Oreos you're looking for. Oreo-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, that's better than Obi-Wan Kenorio. I like Obi-Wan Kenorio, actually. Actually, I don't mind that one. All right, either one. These are not the Oreos you're looking for. All right, so.
Okay, do a double stuff joke.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Okay.
So a couple of weeks ago, I talked about that because it was funny to me that in passing, I had said that, and on their show, they said, because there was no, it was not like, I think maybe he's married and he may, no, dude, they absolutely stated it as fact. Mike he's a comedian. He got married and he's moved to Wisconsin. You were going to say you have a question.
Well, no, I was just.
Go ahead.
No, it's not. I don't know what I'm talking about.
So.
I'm in an Oreo coma.
I guess you are. So that made me laugh, and it was interesting to me because people then started to write me emails and write me on Facebook and go, "Hey, reading between the lines here." That was my favorite thing was when I think it was Jim who wrote me, or Tony. It might have been Tony from Houston, and he's like, "Hey, reading between the lines here. You referred to Jill as your wife on the podcast, and then on this show they said that you were married and you had moved to Wisconsin, and so and my favorite part is like, what lines you're reading between, because honestly because then I heard their show, there were fucking no lines at all. They said he's married and he moved to Wisconsin. So people wrote me. I got like probably 30 letters the first couple days even, where they're like, "Hey, is there something you're not telling us that we don't know about?" Whatever. So I referenced it on the show that the next week. I talked about it because it was funny, and I did it on the out. You know what I mean? Because it was just so foolish. So, I was just going to leave it right there. I thought it was funny. So yesterday, Jill is she's home and I'm here. She was here last week and now we're off for a week, and then I'm there to see her next week. So she has a friend who invites her out to dinner on Valentine's Day. And it's like, "Hey, you want to go for Valentine's dinner?" And she actually invited Jill when Joe was here. And Jill was like, "Oh, I'm going to go Valentine's dinner with my friend." And so she texted her yes. And then it was freezing cold. It was like fucking 20 below zero. And Jill, on Valentine's Day, she worked. And then she got home and she's like, I'm climbing into pajamas and socks and covers, and I'm not moving. Like, I'm not going anywhere. So I said, "Oh, okay." She goes, "I might go out to dinner next week." So then her friend was like, "Hey, well, then let's do it again this week." So Tuesday. And Jill said, "Yeah, we'll go out to dinner Tuesday." So I knew Jill was going to dinner last night. And Jill texts me as she's out to dinner, and she just goes, "This is unbelievable. And I said, and I'm like, I don't, because I'm working, I didn't know what was going on. And it turns out that her friend, like Jill just wanted to go out to dinner. And let me talk a little bit about where Jill lives. All right, Jill lives in essentially her hometown. You know, she was born there. She's been raised there. She went to school there. She's raised her children there. She's grown up there. She knows everybody, and they all consequently know her. And they all want to know her business, and everybody kind of is, you know, they all know one another. Well, then I showed up, and it's a little different because none of them know me. They have no idea who I am or what I'm doing. And so, and they haven't exactly taken the time to meet me. They kind of decided right away that I wasn't someone they would want to meet. I'm trying to be as delicate about this as I possibly can.
You're an outsider.
I am an outsider because all these people knew one another, and I don't know them. So and Jill just wants to be happy. That's all she wants. And so I don't understand why people are invested in making sure that someone isn't happy. It makes no sense to me. It's like if you want to do stuff and it's you're not hurting me, do it. I think it's great. Have a good time. I love you. Her friend asks her out last night and she says, I got to talk to you. Are you married? And Jill just starts laughing and she goes, no. She goes, well, you would tell me if you got married, right? And Jill's like, yeah, I'm not married. And she goes, well, your ex-husband is telling everybody in town that you are married to Mike. And Jill's like, what are you talking about? And she goes, he read it on his blog that you guys got married, and you got married like 6 months to the day after their divorce. The divorce was final, which is Wisconsin law or some bullshit, and it makes his story that much more valid or better. And her friend said literally everyone in town is talking about the fact that you guys are married, and you're keeping it a secret. And Jill's telling me this, and I'm literally like, I'm laughing because it's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Me writing a blog?
Yeah, right.
That would require some effort of some sort, sir. I am far too busy eating crackers and banging your ex-wife to start a fucking blog. Do you still like the show? So I just don't understand the any of it. I just don't. It's funny. I don't understand any of it. Here's my favorite part is that he's telling people that we got married, as if it's a bad thing, first of all, but second of all, that we've hidden it. Like, why? That was my first thing when she told me. She's like, yeah, everybody in town says that you guys are married, like secretly married. What the? I'm not fucking Cher. Why would I be secretly married ever? I got news for you. If anybody in this relationship wants to be secretly married, it's Jill. She would have no interest in broadcasting that she's got a fourth kid. Like, literally, she doesn't want anybody to fucking know. I would tell everybody. I would put up pictures. I would have photos. I'd have my tux on display in the ArcLight fucking lobby. I wouldn't fucking care. Check it out. Look what happened. Oh my God, I tricked another one. This is awesome. There would be absolutely nothing that would keep me from screaming it from a fucking mountaintop. I mean, dude, I put up pictures of sandwiches. You don't think I'd put up a picture of me and my new wife? Get the fuck out of here. I love it. You know what? I want to send him a box set. I really do. I just want to send him a box set so he can listen to all the other old fucking dumb shit that I've done and just be like, oh my God. Oh no. He's going to organize a SWAT team and try to rescue her at some point. They're going to have an intervention and just go, hey, look, we got to talk to you. We've heard this blog that you've been dating, and boy, we've got some questions, really. I used to tease there was like a town meeting at this local bar, and they'd all be like, well, let's bring up the subject of Jill. And they would all talk about her for like 2 hours because they didn't know who this fucking new douchebag was from out of town. Who the fuck is this idiot Bears fan that she's been Sendix Market with? Oh my God, I saw him buying avocados at 9 o'clock in the morning. Who the fuck is this guy? He was walking through Walmart at 4:30 in the morning and taking photos of cookies. I don't fucking get it. Why does he just put on an orange vest and drink like the rest of us? Fuck you, Illinois hat. So weird. And then, like, I'll go there and I see, and there are friends of hers that are so fucking awesome. We went to a hockey game with their friends Dina and John, and we just have a great time with certain people. But then there are these other people who are just this whisper campaign. It's like, I told her, I go, it's high school. It is such, she lives in a high school because she grew up there. She knows everybody from school there. And then Facebook just galvanized it and turned it into this gigantic fucking rolling ball of butcher knives and sadness. I mean, of all these people who are just reliving their yearbooks and signing it. Look at this great beer I drank. Yay. Oh my God, you're the cutest. You're the hottest. No, you don't. You look like a foot. What is wrong with you? And Facebook on a national scale is that way too. But when you look at just these little communities, oh my God, it's brutal. It's brutal. I don't get it. I don't get it. Just the judgments and the weirdness. When she was at my house last week, I gave her my class ring from high school. I said, wear it. Seriously. I go, just wear it. And she's like, she's like, what? And I go, we got to get some yarn and you have to start, just wear this around your town. Just wear it. I said, if they want fucking high school, I will give them high school.
I really love that idea.
Isn't it a great idea? Just like the fucking my gold class of 84 with the ruby on it. And the best part is I didn't even graduate, but I still got the fucking class ring. Take it. I pulled it out of my fucking old jewelry box and I handed it to her. And I go, here, this is yours. I slipped it on her hand.
Oh my God.
Doesn't even fit me anymore. It's a fucking size 13. But yeah, I want her to yarn it up. I said, I go, or just put it on a necklace and just wear it. Just wear it. Unbelievable. So I'm married, apparently. I've found out, or at least all of Wisconsin seems to think that I'm married. And not only that, keeping it a secret from everybody. Although, to be honest, that's probably for the best because I'm getting a divorce after this show. I think that's pretty clear that there's no way Jill's going to divorce me, and literally it'll be under grounds for divorce. It'll just say eating crackers and banging my ex-wife. That's just... It'll be a whole new category. Instead of irreconcilable differences, it'll just that phrase alone will be on the fucking divorce papers. And you know every single one of you is going to be called to testify. You do realize that, don't you?
That's fucking funny.
This never-ending courtroom procession of going, well, one time he punched a car. Oh, no. In fact, you know what? Maybe you guys won't have to testify. They'll just play the box set in court. So they'll just go ahead and play it from beginning to end. And everybody will be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you're granted whatever the fuck he's got. You can have the 14 leftover red velvet Oreos that you guys didn't like. Go ahead and take those. Because that's about what I have to give away. I just be happy, right? Just be happy. I don't get it. And let other people be happy. Shouldn't we all do that? These are the things I'm learning about myself. These are the things I'm learning in therapy. You know what I'm learning in therapy? To be happy, and that you should behave yourself and comport yourself in a fashion that makes other people happy. Jill is the first person in the world I've ever loved more than myself. That's true. It's the truth, and it's so, isn't it? But I never thought in those terms. I never thought that way. But I would lay down for her. I would do whatever she asked. Whatever she asked. Please don't ask me to move to Wisconsin. But still, I would do whatever she asked. But that's the truth, man. I mean, I recognize that feeling. And because I've never had it before. I've always done everything for me. And by everything, let's put quotation marks around that. I don't know what the fuck that means. But I mean, it's like, that's, I ate what I wanted. I did what I wanted. I went where I wanted. And you can't, And that's what I meant by not having kids. You can't do that, man. You don't live your life like that. You have to have other people that are ahead of you. You have to, and so she is the first, person that I've ever loved more than I loved myself. And again, that's things you find out about myself. And who the fuck cares? You don't care about therapy, whatever. Or maybe you do. Maybe you want to hear about it. Maybe I lay down. Maybe we get a couch. Maybe I lay down on the couch here in the oldest building in Hollywood, and I start telling you some stuff. Right? Everybody, stroke your beard and listen to me. So Jill was here last week on our honeymoon, and we were celebrating on the beach. We've had several. We had a honeymoon in New York. We had a honeymoon in San Francisco. Dude, did I ever? Oh, fuck. There's so. We were in New York. Jill likes spicy food, so I had heard about this place that had a drink called a spicy rooster, I think is what it was called. And it was just this like Vietnamese restaurant, and they had a beer that they made. It was like a Vietnamese beer, and they put fish sauce and sriracha in it, and they made it was like a tangy, spicy summer drink. So I knew that I was bringing her there when we went to New York. So we were in Chinatown. Well, dude, she likes spicy. So it was like, but it sounded different and interesting. It was like, fuck it, if I'm in New York, I'm going to do this. It'll be fucking cool. So we were in Chinatown. And I think I talked a little bit about here about being in Chinatown and about fucking negotiating and all that. But then it got dark. All of a sudden it was like nighttime in Chinatown. And that changes your mood pretty quick. In the daytime, it's like, look at all these people selling counterfeit watches. And then later on, it's like, look at all these people that want to put my girlfriend in white slavery. You know what I mean? So you're 6 of one, half a dozen. You know, you just want to get the fuck out of Chinatown when it gets dark. That's the last thing. Because I'm not Jason Statham. I can't stand there and fight everybody off. So we just grabbed some Starfruit and we bailed. But I don't know if I told this story about going to the bar where I was going to bring her. It just so happened I Googled it. We were like on, the street in Chinatown, and we were close. And we were within kind of walking distance. We could take the subway anywhere in New York, but we were walking distance. So we walked. God damn, I loved being in New York with her. I told her, because that's all we did. We hid, and we were New Yorkers. We walked here, we walked there. So we go to this bar, and I'm like, I got to get this fucking spicy rooster for her. And then they had a muddled, like a fruity mint drink, like Vietnamese, but it had like, I think it had tamarind and passion fruit and all that, whatever. So I wanted one of those. So I got her spicy drink and I got my drink, and we go sit down, and I part of me kind of wanted to eat, but we had already eaten lunch, like a huge lunch in Chinatown, like that we couldn't even finish. I should put up a picture of it. I have a great picture of she's at the table, and it's just this banquet laid out in front of her, and we ordered 2 lunch specials. Like, we didn't order anything crazy, but in fucking Chinatown they don't fuck around, man. I ordered dumplings, and are you jamming a safety pin into your finger?
No.
What are you doing?
Trying to get a sliver out.
I honestly thought it was like some sort of pain aversion therapy to my stories. Like, I had no.
No, I've got something stuck on the edge of my finger, so I'm just using it to just try to see if I can just grab it and pop it out.
Oh, okay. Because it looked like all of a sudden you're like Mr. Joshua, like you got a lighter on and you're fucking just lighting it over the palm of your hand, like, oh, finish this fucking story already. Talk more about hair gel, motherfucker. I'm gonna jam this pin all the way up into my phalanges. Are you all right? Do we need medical attention? Should I jump in? You want me to bite it out?
No.
Should I bite it out? I could bite it out.
Never.
All right.
No, I'm fine.
Never seems strong. I got to hold on. Never seems strong.
Never bite anything out of me.
No, because if we were on a desert island doing this show and there was no medical attention and no safety pins, you would be dying to have me bite a sliver out of you.
Keep telling your story.
I say let's let that hang there. I like the fact that just hung there with no answer. Because you were actually thinking about it. You're like, you know what? Fuck, desert island.
No. I was like, I never have to take a boat ride with you, just in case, or a plane.
So if we were on Survivor,
Never.
what if we were on The Amazing Race together, the two of us?
Yes, The Amazing Race to the Emergency Room would be the new name of the show.
Dude, it would be the worst Amazing Race because we would start and then immediately you'd be like, my hip hurts, and you have to sit down, and then I'd go read 40 magazines in the fucking newsstand, like wherever the fuck we were. We wouldn't even make it to the other country, wherever the fuck we were. We'd be terrible. I would stop and talk to everybody. I'd want directions. I want Google Maps. Fuck The Amazing Race. All right, so I'm not a fan. I've never watched it. Isn't that what they do? They just run around and they go to different countries. Literally, it's like, hey, let's put an accountant on an elephant. That was the pitch for Amazing Race. That's all it was. Hey, who wants to watch a corporate lawyer ride a goat? Like, that was the pitch for The Amazing Race. All right, your finger, okay? Now I'm a little distracted. You keep jamming this thing into yourself. And normally I can talk through me sitting in front of a woman who's jamming something into herself, but now, watching you do it with a pin,
I got it.
What the fuck was I talking about?
A giant buffet in Chinatown.
Dude.
A spicy drink and your fruity one.
I ordered dumplings just thinking it'd be dumplings. You know, because again, it's that stupid thing where I'm just like, yeah, we'll get some. And Jill and I always make this mistake. I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll get the dumplings. Like, she got her lunch thing and I got my lunch thing. And then they brought out just a fucking, it looked like, this plate of dumplings looked like a driving range before they cleaned up all the balls. I mean, there's just 1,000 dumplings and they're huge. I mean, they're just like tennis ball sized, filled with like Chinese pork, and then they got hoisin sauce all over the place. And it was so bad that these dudes sat next to us, and I was like, "Hey guys, you seriously jump in on this. Do you want anything?" And they're like, "No, we'd like to eat our own food." I'm like, "I don't care. Eat what we ordered." But I have a picture of Jill, and she's so tiny. She's hidden behind like dumplings and noodles. You can barely see her face. So we had eaten that earlier, but then I was actually kind of hungry to go to this Vietnamese joint, and I was like, well, maybe you'll sit and wait for a table. She's like, honey, I can't. Honey, that's terrible. Like, she just can't eat. So I got her wacky beer, and then I got my fruit drink. So I drank my fruit drink, and it was good. It had a little zing to it as well. And then I tasted her beer. She's got me doing that. Like, I mean, because she has to try what I have, and I have to try what she has, whether it's beer or whatever. And I don't drink, so I wouldn't know the difference. But I wanted to taste it because it was going to be funky and strange. So I took it and I sipped it you know what it tasted like? Beer with sriracha and fish sauce in it. That's what it tasted like to me. There was no blending of it. There was no discerning. I couldn't be like, yes, this is so interesting. And even she drank about half of it, and she just went, yeah, I can't. This thing is just not for me. So we're sitting there, and I'm looking at the menu as she's drinking it, and they have a fancy drink menu of other stuff, and I start scrolling down. Not scrolling down. It's a fucking piece of paper. I'm scrolling. I'm actually swiping with my thumb, going, "Get to where's the rest of these drinks?" But then I looked, and it had a ghost pepper margarita. Now she's already drank half of this fishy beer, and I'm just, she has no choice. She has no choice in the matter. I know she has to drink the ghost pepper margarita because she eats stuff with ghost pepper. She can eat like a whole habanero. She's that person. Like, she totally eats spicy food all the time. So I saw it, and I saw the menu, and I was just like, dude. And she looked at me, and I go, you're not gonna believe this. And I hand her to the menu, and she goes, honey, do we have to try that? And I go, yes, we have to try that. Are you kidding me? Where else are we going to find a fucking ghost pepper margarita? She's like, but I already drank like half a beer. And I go, that's okay. I go, we'll fucking get a cab, or we'll sleep it off on a bench. Let's do this. So we went to the dude. We went ghost pepper margarita. We're like, is it spicy? He's like, yes. We said, good. So he banged it out, and then he got me a backup glass of water. And I made her take the first sip, and she drank it. And they garnished like the rim and the salt and the stuff. And it wasn't blended. It was just what is it? What are the differences? The blended is like the frozen one, and then there's the one that just comes in a drink glass with ice, and that was that kind. And she drank it, and I saw her face, dude. She just kind of like made this like sour face, but she's just like, oh, yeah, that's hot, but it's really good. And I'm like, oh, all of a sudden her voice changed. I was like, I'm dating Barry White out of nowhere, and she's just like, yeah, that's good, but it's hot. And I'm like, all right. She's like, try it. And I said, well, I'm definitely trying it. She's like, well, then try it. And I go, I'm going to try it. She's like, well, no, you should totally try it. I'm like, I can't wait to try it. I'm ready to start sobbing. But then finally I just dove in. I grabbed it, and I fucking took a pull out of it. And I've never seen a drink when I drank it before. Like, I literally took it, and I took a sip, and all of a sudden I went, I am Hunter S. Thompson. How am I Hunter S. Thompson? Laszlo. I saw colors. Like, I saw this funky, like, it was like, you know what I saw? I drank it, and I saw the Partridge Family opening credits. Like, just this blur of like fucking color and weird partridges jumping around and a school bus. Like, it just, I went away. Like, I drank it, and I went away for a good 3 seconds, and I was like, whoa. And my lips were fucking burning, and my gums were on fire, everything. And it's antithetical because it's freezing cold. It's got ice in it. It's just, but they use this ghost pepper infused liquor, and they put ghost pepper on the rim, and then there's the salt also has this blend. And I'm telling you, dude, it was like just Satan came in my mouth. I mean, it was just like that crazy hot, but also freezing cold. It was such a fucking confusing drink, but it was, I mean, but it nailed you. Like it told me if you sat up and were like, whoa, yeah, that's what's happening. Ghost pepper margarita. I'm in. But it was all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I know what acid's like. That's what that's like. Cause I was crazy. So that was our first honeymoon in New York. That was that honeymoon. And then we went on a honeymoon in San Francisco. We've been all over the place on our honeymoons once we got married secretly.
Your honeymoon.
Where would we even get secretly married? That's what I don't even, I'm just like with the Justice of the Peace or something. Huh?
Vegas.
You know, it's funny. We're going to Vegas next month. They outed it. God damn it. They saw our plan. They fucking saw it coming.
You know, I don't know Miss Jill very well.
Yes.
But I know you.
Uh-huh.
And from what I know of her, I don't think the two of you are going to be running off getting married.
No.
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 No, I mean, you're both kind of logical and think about consequences and life and not that there are huge hurdles, but it's like you're living here, she's living there are kids, there are things. It's not like you guys are just going to go, hey, let's go get married and be crazy.
All of that makes sense, but here's the main reason why I don't think it happens, and certainly not soon. We both know me.
Well, is your divorce final?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
And hers is final.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, okay, well, okay.
Yeah, it was final 6 months to the day we got married. So I don't know if you've heard. That's the talk of the town. That's the scuttlebutt.
Honestly, does she live in Facebook? Isn't she Illinois?
Facebook Heights. She lives in Facebook Heights.
Yeah.
Jesus, it's so brutal. Like I don't understand it. Why just and you know what? If she does live in,
Just there. I mean,
no, it's everywhere's a pocket of fucking drama. But unfortunately, I leaped into the deep end of this one, and Jill's just there on a raft going, save me, just save me, push me to shore. Can we just get the fuck out of here, please? Yes, we can.
I just can't imagine the look on her poor face when somebody asks her that. It's just like, what are you talking about?
Because you're just trying to be happy. All you're trying to do is live your life and be a happy person and go, you know what? I got kids and I'm happy. I love this man and I got a job and everything's so cool.
It must be what it's like when you open up like Entertainment Weekly and you see something about yourself in it.
Like the Inquirer.
Like, yeah.
When it's like fake, like Natalie Wood murdered. By the way, let's get off the Natalie Wood case. Can we do that possibly? Let's let Christopher Walken and Robert Wagner age gracefully and then possibly die, because I don't think they need to see Natalie Wood's face splashed on the fucking Inquirer this week. This week, stories and like the Globe and the Inquirer, they're right next to one another at the fucking store. It might have even been the Inquirer, like old issue and new issue. I didn't even get to look. One was Natalie Wood murdered, years later bombshell, and the other was Anna Nicole murdered. Like I could not think of two.
Nobody dies.
No, but
Everybody's murdered.
But who in their right mind, there's got to be two distinct camps of people who are interested in the Natalie Wood case and the fucking Anna Nicole Smith case, right? One of them is like this incredibly petite, beautiful, classy actress, and the other one is a Twinkie in a dress, and she's fucking dead, and who cares? Nobody cares. And her kids don't care. Fuck that.
Facebook Heights cares.
Anna Nicole Smith drowned in a bowl of cream filling. Literally, she did. Look at her. Just look at her. All she was a leather purse. She was a Prada purse stuffed with banana pudding in a blonde wig. That's all Anna Nicole Smith was. I think she was Banana Nicole Smith. That's who she was. Fucking Banana Nicole Smith. She was... You have to. She's a Prada bag stuffed with banana pudding wearing a blonde wig. That's all Banana Nicole Smith was. Fuck, who cares? Dead, not dead, murdered, fucking died in a car accident, head cut off, jumped off a cliff, drowned in a bowl of gravy. Nobody gives a flying fuck about Banana Nicole Smith and whether she was murdered or dead. The Inquirer is running out of people to write about. Jesus, quit digging these people up and writing about them. I want fucking zombie Natalie Wood to fucking rise from the grave and float over to the Inquirer offices and just yell at them to stop writing about Banana Nicole Smith. Honestly. Leave these people be. She's dead. She's dead. Travolta's gay. We get it. We get it. Who's buying this shit? At this point now, I just figure you should buy the Inquirer and open it up and it's a pop-up of a Kardashian pap smear. Literally, it's just... And that's where my wife lives. Facebook Heights. People who care about other things than just, dude, live your life. Be happy. Be happy. That's all you got to do. Just get secretly married, buy a barrel of chicken and a biscuit crackers, and be fucking happy. You guys can get me at Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can be my friend at Facebook Heights at Facebook.com/Mike Schmidt. The 40-year-old boy, right? Yeah, Facebook.com/the 40-year-old boy. You can follow me at Twitter.com/the 40-year-old boy. Our friend David Hernandez does all of the artwork for this show. He is a true Renaissance man. He is doing musical stuff as well. He is an amazing person and a great guy, and you can go and be his friend at Facebook.com/David Mex Hernandez. You can also, if you'd like, commission him to get you some artwork at artbydmh.com. He's been doing amazing work. And he works in oils, he works in watercolors, he will do custom work for you, or you can look at some of the pieces that he has already done, and if you'd be interested in getting those, go to artbydmh.com, artbydmh.com, and check out all the stuff he has on display, or contact him to do some regular artwork for you, and he will make it extraordinary. Whatever your idea is, he will make it better. Contact my friend David at artbydmh.com. Go there and check it all out. Our friend Lily Von Stupp is the producer of this show, and I'm in her house, thankfully. I would hate to be doing this from the street. That would be awful. Although we talked about it. So you can find Lily. You can be her friend at Facebook Heights if you'd want to go to facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp or facebook.com/Banana Nicole Smith. I don't know if that change was made. So go ahead and be her friend there. You can follow her at several different Twitter accounts at twitter.com/MNTs, twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, and twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp. What's funny?
I want to borrow a banana suit and host as Banana Nicole.
Oh, you should. How do you not? Maybe I should. But if you'd like to write Lily a personal note and ask her if she's ever going to get pants packed for Boston, you can write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man, yet still a boy. I've done a show for 4 long years, so many a fan can enjoy. I was around when Eric B. stuck a microphone in my hand. Then along came Lily, the only one who understands. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Stuck around the Hoffa set when I saw my plan just couldn't fail. Then grabbed Nicholson as I screamed out, "Fruit cocktail!" I lost that race, couldn't keep the pace. Sabrina from Canada put me in my place. Pleased to meet you. Hope I don't offend. But who's confusing you?
flex your scroll. Be it dude or chick, who's gonna hold your dick? You shout it out with instant energy. Let's watch the fall of that baby. Let him try to excuse himself. It's not his intent to shock. Had his junk grabbed at Comiskey Park. Saw that guy rub speed stick on his cock. Pleased to meet you. Hopes to be a star.
Now you can all take a bite of my purple rock, Prince.
By the way, do you wanna buy a used guitar?
Only used twice, once by a dead girl and once by Mex right here. Guitar!
Pleased to meet you. Would he be depraved
Like fucking a snake or eating a monkey.
if he just admits that he wonders if you shaved? Just as every joke is a heckler and all the praise complaints.
You just call me the 40-year-old boy, cause I'm in need of some restraint. So if you meet me, have some courtesy.
Have some sympathy and some taste. And don't you dare ask him for a ride.
Or I'll lay your soul to waste. Yeah!
Pleased to meet you. Now you know his name.
Sexual chocolate! Sexual chocolate!
But what's puzzling you is the nature of his fame. Yeah,
Yeah!
yeah. Hey, what's your name?
Mike Schmidt!
Tell me what's your name?
Mike Schmidt!
Hey, Schmidt.
Yeah, Schmitty!
What's your name?
Schmidt!
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. This is our second attempt at this, and I'm telling you why, because the first time I did it, I have to because it's so stupid. I started to do this, the plugs here, this part, and my goatee like kind of bumped into the microphone before I even said a word, and all I can think of is in earbuds how fucking terrible that must sound. So I lost my train of thought and I started to talk, and then I looked at Lily like, oh, I gotta do that over, and she's like, why? That's why, because I'm fucking weird. I want to tell you, so again, the 3 Clubs sponsors Burlesque. They have Burlesque every Monday night. It's been running for like 40 years over there, folks. It's in a speakeasy type atmosphere. You got to know a knock. You got to know a password. You got to get in there. You got to have $25. That's the most important part, of course. $20.
20 advance.
Oh, it's 20 advance tickets, but 20.
15 if you want to stand advance.
Well then, but stand advance. That's like stand advance. Isn't that a fixed song?
I have no idea.
Might be. No, it's Stand or Fall. I love the opening of Stand or Fall. Literally, the first 30 seconds I could listen to forever. Just like the opening. You know what I love, dude? I should just put together like songs that you could just listen to the first 30 seconds of, and then you're just done with it. You don't need to hear it anymore. There's a song called Jane by Starship, and it's just got this opening, this ding, 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 ding. I can't even describe it. Just this little echoing, kind of chimey, guitar-y opening. God damn, it's so great. And it's just like Women in Love by Van Halen. This Eddie's got this little picking thing where he kind of does this harmonics opening. Oh my God, dude, literally the first 30 seconds of every song. All right, so I'm an idiot. They have this show at the Monday Night Teas. You know what? You want to see a lot more than the first 30 seconds. The whole show is fantastic, folks. Check it out. And I happen to know the producer of said show, and the foul-mouthed, buxom godmother of burlesque in Los Angeles and elsewhere, Lily Von Strupp. Hi, Lily. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Glad to have you here in your house. That seems weird.
Only banana from now.
Sorry, Banana Nicole Smith. How's your finger? Have we pinned it? Have we saved it?
Yeah, it's fine.
S S S S A F F F F E E E E T T T T Y. Safety. Dance. Pin. Well, you can get a splinter out if you want to. All right, so terrible. How was the tease this week, Lily? I didn't get to go. This is terrible. Our friend Jason, who I mentioned he was going to be going on the 16th or the 23rd, he did not write me. He's a liar. He's trying to say that he wrote me on Facebook. He did not. He wrote me an email that said he'd be going one of the 2 days.
And you didn't respond.
Well, to the email, well, because
Yeah, you didn't tell him when you were available, so he just went when he was available.
well, no, I wanted him, I thought he was going to, basically the wording of the email was,
People are going to write you, and then you're not going to respond, and you expect them to write you again to give you more information when they don't know what information you're waiting for?
yes.
Okay.
All you got to do is just say, hey, man, I'll be there this Monday. Or, hey, we're going to go this Monday. Because it's my fault. Truly, I should have written Jason back, clearly. But I did communicate with him on this show last week and said, I don't know when he's coming. If he tells me, maybe I'll be able to swing it. But it wouldn't have worked this weekend anyway because I was Travis until like 11:15. And then I had to be Travis at 10 in the morning. So it wasn't going to work where I was going to be able to make it to the show. But,
You missed a good show.
well, how was that show? It was the bestiality show.
No, it was not the bestiality show. It was animalistic bait.
Ah, I see. And there's a difference of some
There's
sort.
a huge difference. One is
Okay.
fucking animals. The other is girls dressed as animals.
Is animals fucking.
There was no fucking involved. There was a little stripping. That's all.
Okay. Well, and so it went well?
Oh my Christ, yes.
And who was there? Who were doing things?
Scarlett O'Kelju was Roberta the elephant.
Does somebody strip to Bungle in the Jungle by Jethro Tull?
No.
That would seem like a downer, that song. I don't think it would work, be taking your clothes off. Continue.
Nikita Bitch Project.
Did she strip to Bungle in the Jungle by Jethro Tull?
No.
All right.
There were just a ton of them. Cats and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
Oh, my. Absolutely. Well, that sounds like a fantastic show. I'm sorry I couldn't be there, and I'm sorry I could not meet Jason, but you said Jason may be there this Monday, the 23rd.
Jason was there, and we had a wonderful time without you. And I texted you like 9 times, and you never texted me back. And then the next day, I finally went. I called you, and I left a voicemail, and then I texted you as well, going, "I'm kind of concerned that you either lost your phone or you're dead."
No,
And
I
you
was
responded
working.
With I was working. I was like, you were working so hard you couldn't write. I'm okay.
No, here's the thing. I worked Monday, and I got home, and I fell asleep in a chair. I'm old. I'm an old person.
That doesn't know how to respond.
I'm
to
just,
text.
listen, I'm an old married man, and that's what happens when you're old and married. You just come home and you fall asleep in a chair. And Jill and I are like the most extreme Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore you'll ever meet because they had separate beds. We have separate states.
That's very true.
That's the key to a lasting marriage, folks. Closeness and sleeping in separate states. But no, I had to work. I mean, I was very busy Monday night. I was in the car running around, and I should have texted, but I got home and I fell asleep in a chair. And then I woke up and I went right to work because I had 2 giant orders on Tuesday, and then I finally wrote you because it was a dick
Did you
move.
actually see my text that said, "Are you alive? Are you okay? I'm worried about you."
You know what? I did not see that one. I saw that you had left a voicemail and immediately texted. And then when I went there, I saw that text. But I mean, my phone is literally on Google Maps, and because I'm that guy, sadly. But there's no excuse. I should have absolutely written you the night Monday night, but I did not.
Because we kept waiting. We were all sitting at breakfast because they came to breakfast with me. It was really fun. They're awesome. They're awesome people.
Jason and his wife.
Yeah.
Do we know his wife's name?
Yes.
Okay, she probably doesn't want to be on the show though.
I don't know because she doesn't listen.
Let's keep
so
it quiet.
I'm-
All right. Well, then if she doesn't listen, let's talk about her.
Well, no.
She was an awful person. Anyway, so anyway, if Jason, and I'll write you an email as well. Stubborn, like this isn't enough for me to cut, dude. And what is this show now? When I think about it, what I like earlier today was like sending basically personal messages on this show. Directors don't get to do that in movies. Like nobody gets to make a movie to fight their neighbor. You know what I mean? It's like I'm Axl Rose. I'm the Axl Rose of podcasting because he wrote a song called "Right Next Door to Hell," which was about his neighbor that he hated. So then he wrote a song about her and put it on a goddamn album. That's kind of who I am. So here I'm talking to Jason and his wife and going, "Hey, I'm sorry I couldn't be there last week." This whole fucking show's just a big answering machine,
Well, this is
really.
where you answer viewer letters.
What on the air?
Yeah.
Viewer mail?
Yeah, you do email. We've got email.
No, see, then that's hack.
It is.
It's just the kind of thing everybody else does. I don't want to do that.
Well, then let's not talk about Jason anymore.
We have to. Jason's the linchpin of this entire show. He's the fucking king of the whole operation.
Well, they're both delightful people. They had a lot of fun. It was really nice to spend time with them.
Well, if the Jasons want to come to the tease again on the 23rd, I will do my best to make it there. I work again, but I will come. I just won't be there when the show starts, but I'll come there after and probably go to breakfast. So if they can do that, and I understand they're photographers, they're snapping the world and all that stuff, which would be good because then I'll get a nice photo with them and a nice photo with you.
You should let them follow you around and do a photo documentary about what you do for a living.
Oh, that would be fantastic because then they would see like me, with my secret wife in our hiding places and all that sort of stuff, and don't want to expose that.
Secret beef.
Yeah. Oh my God, secret ribs. I got a fucking trunk full of ribs. Remember Marvel's Secret Ribs? That was my favorite comic book series when I was growing up. The Beyonder. He made everybody deliver barbecue. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but you're laughing, which is nice.
I have no clue what you're talking about most of the time.
So the tease was great. Who's there the 23rd? Who might I see? Who might the Jasons see if they come back?
Who might the Jasons see?
Yes.
Well, we have an award-winning magician, John Armstrong, who will be hosting and performing.
Lily,
Yes.
what award has John Armstrong won? Has he won the Golden Rabbit in the Hat? Does he win the pewter wand from the Magic Society? What kind of awards do they give away at the magic show?
I think he got like Entertainer of the Year, or it was Close-Up of the Year. I can't remember, but he won one of the awards from the Academy of Magical Art.
Does he win the silver water into rice ball?
No.
Oh.
No.
Is this his award?
Yes.
Ah, good. Well, good. So John's hosting and performing magic throughout?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. And ladies, who's involved?
Let's see. We've got Taz DeVille. We've got God, who all is performing? Sheila Starciani's performing. Lulu Roxy out of Las Vegas. Nadia Lott, Dee Dee Perks, Miss May.
It's a stacked show.
Yeah, and from New York we have Benjamin Franklin, boylesque performer.
I'm sorry?
Benjamin Franklin.
So he's going to discover electricity with his cock or something? What's he going to do? Is he?
I don't think so.
I hope not. That would actually. Oh no! Bullshit. I go the other way. I hope so.
No, I think he's just gonna. Well, do you want to know what he's doing?
Sure. If it doesn't give
He's
things
a
away.
circus artist as well as a stripper, so he's actually doing a hula hoop strip.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be hot.
All right. Will he read the Farmer's Almanac while he's doing that?
No, he will not be.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
All right. It's a missed opportunity for him.
I think the hula hoops are a better choice.
I don't know, Ben. Might want to listen to me. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to burlesque. Well, fantastic. Well, it's going to be a great show if the Jasons come and I come and then we're all there. And like I said, if the Jasons can be there, I will be there. I don't know if I'll make the full show, but I'll probably make breakfast after, certainly. And then and we'll all have toast. That'll be good. Toast with the Jasons. I'm excited for it. And then you have other shows. What about the Dr. Sketchies and all those sorts of shows? Are those available? Are they coming up?
This is the early show this Monday. We've got no, it's not actually. The early show is Bobby DiCarlo this Monday.
Okay.
Dr. Sketchies is the following, and we have Stargirls. We have Courtney Cruz. We've teamed up with her Devil's Playground production that does the big Stargirls show every year.
Is that like a Star Wars type show?
It is, and so we've got Lady Fett and Lady Stormtrooper.
Will Obi-Wan Kenobi be in the house?
Maybe.
Or Obi-Wan Kenorio? I still, Obi-Wan Kenobi's better, I think. Honestly, I've changed my mind over the course of an hour. I think that's where it goes. Well, good. And then people will draw them, and then there are like hot, sexy Star Wars ladies.
Oh, yeah.
Lady Fett, yeah.
Her
Oh.
Stormtrooper costume and picture is like a meme. I mean, it's
Nice.
It's gorgeous.
Cool. And that's coming up. And then also there's Dr. Sketchy. And what about, is there a story hour coming up, or you don't know when that's going to be the next one?
That is the second Monday of the month.
Okay.
In February.
Cool. So if you guys go to facebook.com/Monday Night Tease, you can be friends, see pictures, find out about upcoming events. If you go to brownpapertickets.com, you can get all of the tickets for all of Lily's events, wherever she might be having them. I understand in March there's a very special Dr. Sketchy as well at a local establishment.
Yeah, we have a Japanese themed Dr. Sketchies at my friend Tim's restaurant Shin Ramen.
Okay.
And so we have Nikita Bitch Project in her tribute to Gogo from
Kill Bill.
So
Nice.
she's going to be modeling in her lovely Japanese school uniform in the Japanese restaurant because, you know, racism's awesome.
That's not going to be too weird for people walking by and looking in and seeing a
Yeah, the
Japanese
entire
schoolgirl
inside
on a
is
platform.
dedicated to us.
Oh,
We have
okay.
the entire intersection, so the only
Yeah.
seating that will be available to the general public is the outside patio.
See, but that's a mistake. If you want to open it up to people and charge double for ramen, so they can look at a Japanese schoolgirl get naked and drawn. I mean, how the fuck are you not doing
Well,
that?
we're gonna sell out because there's
Yeah.
only like 20 seats or so because of the way we've got to arrange it.
I see.
Yeah. So we're having it's a brunch and sketching session. It'll be really fun.
So soup and nudity,
Well, there's no nudity, but it'll be pretty darn close.
soup and noodle-tea,
Soup and noodle tea.
ramen noodle tea. That's what I would call that. Ramen noodle tea,
That's what you will call it.
full frontal noodle tea. Come on. Why am I not the head of marketing?
No noodle tea.
Full frontal noodle tea.
You'd have to bring in hair nets and shit because it's near the kitchen. It would not be good.
Wax it up.
Wax it up.
Maybe we do that. Maybe we draw that.
No nudity.
Look what I'm doing here. I'm creating. I'm totally expanding on your idea. All right. So if you go to brownpapertickets.com, get all the tickets for all of these events. And, of course, facebook.com/Monday Night Teas. And we've got plenty of other Monday Night Teas shows coming up in the upcoming weeks. And you'll find out all about those by signing up on those pages. Now, Lily, you are not confining your burlesque activities just to the Southern California area. You are getting on a plane tomorrow to where?
I am headed to Cambridge.
Woo!
Flying into Logan Airport, driving on over from Boston to Cambridge, which isn't really a big trip.
There's some crazy weather, though. It's going to be...
Yeah, it's been like one every night
Yeah.
there, and they've got, I think, 12 feet of snow so far.
It's bad.
I'm a little concerned, but yeah.
You'll make it happen. That'll be fine.
I'm really excited. It's the Great Burlesque Expo. I'm emceeing the opening night show, the Rhinestone Review, and then going to do some hashtag magic. And then I'm teaching a production class, a master class on production. I'm teaching a marketing class, and we're giving away an award for producers in partnership with the Brown Paper Tickets called the Brassy Award, where they win a year of support from 4 different producers across the country.
Let me ask you this.
Monetary value.
Really quickly. Is award-winning magician John Armstrong in contention for the Brassy?
He is not. No, it's a production award. It's not an actual.
Could have added it to his collection. But all right, just checking.
And then what else? Oh, I'm flying out with Kit Natavidad. You know that. And,
I do. Yeah, because
she's
you'll...
headlining the festival as the legend.
If you guys don't know who Kit Natavidad is, first of all, you're wrong. And second of all, go to the web and find her. I will tell you this. If you've ever seen the movie The Wildlife, there's a great scene in a strip club and there's a woman in a martini glass. The ice cream man is here. That's all I will say. And that is Kit Natividad. And by the way, that's just like the starting point. Like, go Google her. Don't do it at work because this is literally, she is not safe for work. As a woman, she is not safe for work. But Google her when you get home and it's dark. And find yourself some Kitten Natividad. And then think to yourself that tomorrow I'm going to have Lily and Kitten in the car as I drive them to the airport tomorrow.
We need to take a group photo of us.
They will, just the 7 of us. Right there, it'll be just a big photo of all of us. So that'll be exciting. I think you did. Sure, certainly. That'll be a great photo. So I'm excited to meet Kitten. And I didn't get to meet her at the Hollywood Burlesque Festival when she was there. So, but it'll be cool that
She
she's
is just the kindest,
she's nice.
wonderful, giving, caring person.
Good, terrific. Well, hopefully, my car is going to be a little. I don't know if it's clean enough for her. I hope it is.
Well, you better get home and scrub it.
Well, it's gonna just smell like ribs. As long as she's okay with that. I don't know. We'll see.
I've seen her movies. I don't think meat.
I was gonna say, yeah, no kidding. I saw her stripping a giant martini glass as Kevin Peter Hall grabbed Eric Stoltz by the face. But that's in Cambridge, and tickets are available there. What's their website?
It is burlesqueexpo.com.
burlesqueexpo.com. Go ahead and get all the information and find out when Lily's going to be there. And if you're a fan of the show, or if you're a listener, we'll go up to her and say, hey, look, we heard about this through the show and all that. She always loves to hear from you guys when she sees you and she's out on the road. Ryan Dirks does all of our web stuff. Remember that? Ryan Dirks. You can find him at ryan.littleprofiles.com, and you can go to facebook.com/Ryan Dirks and be his friend there. He is the guy who does all of the cool web stuff. But that website was designed by our friend David Hernandez, who's at artbydmh.com, which I've mentioned, or go to facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez. And MikeSchmidtComedy.com is the website we're talking about. If you go there, there's all sorts of cool pages. And the one we're going to talk about now is the Joe Business page, which is all commerce oriented. First of all, you can donate to the show on all of the pages of the website. Click on the little Schmitty, and you can donate an individual donation, which are always cool, or you can subscribe and pay monthly, $2 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, $25 a month. Thank you for all of your efforts, for everybody who's signed up and does so. We've got year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6 of this podcast available individually or as a box set, the Reservoir Schmidt Dogs box set. We've got your dirt shirts, and I have no idea what fucking price they are this week. Go ahead and grab one, please. We've got the Big Angry CD. That's available. I will sign it and send it to you, and you will own it and enjoy it and listen to it. And as we've got Schmidt Alive 2, which is a download set. It's $10. It's video and audio together. And, of course, there's also the Amazon link. If you click through on that, you can get to the Amazon store, and we get credit for it. You click through to our store, then click through to Amazon, and anything you buy, we get credit for it, and it helps the show. Thank you so much for thinking of us. We do appreciate it very much. And, of course, we have our relationship with tweakedaudio.com. Anything you buy through them, they also give us some credit, and that's at tweakedaudio.com/40, I believe it is. But you can click on the link there on the Joe Business page, and it will take you to their site, and we will get credit, and then we will all be happy, so happy, as I was last week on the beach with my wife. So unbelievable. I talked about that. I was on the plane beach, and it's just, I mean, it's so great. You lay there, the planes go up over, and I always tease her. I'm like, I go, every man on those planes is looking out the window and seeing you down here on the beach and wondering why they're leaving California. And she's like, stop talking to me. Because again, you know what? Husbands and wives never get along. All right, so how weird would that be? So we're on the beach last week, and I grabbed my wife's phone we had reservations for sushi, and I wanted to go ahead and double check on the time because we got a little bit of a late start. We always kind of get a late start because we're home and things happen, and then we don't get out of the house on time. And then I had a reservation for 8 o'clock, but if you go to the beach and then have to double back to the valley, it's 2 hours in the car. And my wife does not like traffic at all. Like, she comes out, I think I told you, when she comes out here, she said, when I move here, I'm getting a bike. Like, literally, you're going to drive me wherever I need to go. And because she refuses. She will not drive. Which makes this even funnier. Last week, on Thursday, she came to work with me, which is truly the epitome of failure. I mean, I can't even explain to you, like, because she's come to my shows and she's seen me perform and she's gone to different theaters with me, and that's good. That's my real job. Come with me and watch me there, watch me do what I do, and then see me with my adoring public. Now, if you come with me to go deliver ribs, you're going to see some guy fucking hand me $2 on a $45 tip and be shitty to me, and you have to sit in the car. But she's like, because I've been taking time off to see her and she's been taking time off to come here. But then when she comes here, I take time off. She's like, dude, don't do that. You can't take days off. I said, no, it's okay. I want to spend the time with you. There's no reason for you to fly to town and for me to work. She goes, I'll come to work with you. I said, you're going to hate it. And she's like, no, I'll do it. It'll be fun. We'll totally make it fun. And I go, okay, that's fine. So I worked one day with her in town. I said, come and work with me on Thursday night. It was like 5 to close. And we got there and we ordered dinner and we had dinner, which was really great because it's delicious food, and we're waiting. And it was super slow. It was the slowest night. But even worse was then we're sitting out in the car and we're waiting for orders to come in. And then when orders come in, I had to go, 3 miles, but it took 35 minutes to go 3 miles because of the traffic. The first order, she checked out. I saw her physically leave her body, and just this shell next to me is just staring into the air with drool coming out of its mouth. And I'm like, honey, are you okay? She's like, I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you do this. And I go, this is the first order of the night. What do you mean you don't know how I do this? She's like, I can't. The traffic. I go, honey, I told you that this was going to suck. I knew it was going to suck. I mean, I can do this because I'm here and I can fuck around on my phone or listen to music. But when it's me and you, this isn't a date. I mean, we're just fucking sitting here waiting for this to end. We're hoping somebody crashes into us or something interesting happens. She's like, honey, and it was so funny. She put herself, she wants great things for me. So she wants me to do stand-up, and she wants me to get my headshots and start auditioning again. She really believes in me. So for her to work that job with me, she found it even more soul-crushing than I do, because she was like, this is what you do? Like, all day when you work sometimes 12 hours a day? This is it? And I go, yeah, because it's a job. You know, she has a job too, but she has a great job. I mean, but she likes to work, so she goes in and she works her ass off, and then she goes home. But she works really long shifts too, and she winds up super tired. But she's always got something going on. Whereas with me, I'm kind of just sitting around waiting for anybody to order food, or we're getting destroyed, and I've got 4 or 5 deliveries in the car. Well, she kept saying to me, she's like, honey, I'm sorry that you have to do this. And I go, don't be. I go, it's you know, I have to pay rent. It's the job I have now, and that's fine. I'm hoping better things happen in the future. She's like, well, you've got to make them happen. Like, you can't. Like, she was so worried for me as a person that she just sat there and she was like, honey, I can't. How do you do this? I don't know why. I just feel bad that you have to do this every night. And I go, it's okay. I go, I mean, I hate it right now because you're here and you obviously are miserable and I didn't want you to be here. And the thing was, I wanted to tell her to just stay home. You know, just go to the pool and fucking read and have a glass of wine and I'll be home soon. But then it sounds like I'm telling her, oh, I don't want you there. I don't want you to go there. And then it becomes a fucking weird coin flip thing where it's like, oh, why doesn't he want me to go? No, don't bullshit. I don't want you to go because it's going to suck. You're going to have to sit in the car with me and stare at a dumpster. And then finally I cut loose. I got out of there at like 9 o'clock and we're driving and I go, that's the last time that ever happens. She goes, I don't even want you to ever go back there. And I go, I get that. Yeah, she was just kind of rooting for me, you know, and she like assimilated my pain. She was like the Borg of barbecue. It was like so fucking weird. But you know, so she went with me and that was fine. That was last Thursday. But we went to the beach on Wednesday and we had sushi reservations. So, you know, I had to check the phone to make sure if we were going to do it because, again, like I said, getting to and from the beach in my house and then taking a shower, it was just a mess. So I grabbed her phone. I go, hey, can I look up on Safari this phone number? And she goes, yeah. So I opened up her Safari. And on the iPhone, you don't just get one screen like a Google screen. You get all the screens that you have open in your Safari. You can take a look and scroll through. So I open it up. And she's got 3 screens there to choose from. One of them is Yelp. One of them is Pornhub. And one of them is an online dating service. And not like a nice one like Cupid or Match.com. I'm talking like nextdoorpussy.com. Like not polite at all. You know what I mean? Like one of those filthy, just like handjobsetc.com. You know, one of those? Because I see it and there's like a picture of dirt, like naked women and then Pornhub. And I double clutched. Like I'm looking at the phone and she's got her head down. She's, you know, just getting fucking suntanned with no sunscreen, which is, you know, and it's so funny. She doesn't wear sunscreen. It's the weirdest thing because I'm slathered in sunscreen. I mean, you might as well just cover me in fucking mayonnaise at this point just to keep the fucking sun off of me because I'm scared and I don't really burn, but I just don't want to burn. I want to make sure that I don't. But she doesn't wear any sunscreen at all because she's fucking gorgeous and she gets tan lines and good Christ, I married well. So I am just a guy who's coated in everything and I get sand on me and I got to go home and shower and that, so I got to, whatever, who cares? So I'm looking through and I see those 3 windows are open and I did this double clutch, like, because I had to think to myself, is this a conversation I want to have on the beach? Is this a conversation I really want to have at all with my wife, quite frankly? Because, all right, she has sons, okay? So I didn't know if maybe her son had gotten a hold of the phone and started looking at stuff he wasn't supposed to look at. I don't know. I have no idea. And you know, her boys are really good boys. They're nice, but at the same time, you know, I was a teenager. And I mean, fuck, I'm doing it now. What the fuck? I can't make any excuses. So I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to get anybody in trouble. But I literally looked at the phone and I must have made a crazy face or done something because she looks up at me and she goes, honey, what's wrong? And I went, and she's like, what? And I go, nothing. I got to make sure that they don't, I got to find out the time on the, and so I pressed a new screen and I put in the new restaurant, called them. And then said, you know, hey, I have to ask you, whatever the fuck, I changed my reservation and hung up. And I put the phone down. And she's laying there, and I put my head down, and she looks at me, and she goes, what is wrong? Like, what happened? And I go, I go, look, I'm just going to ask. I had to use your Safari. She goes, yeah? Is it broken? Because the screen's broken. I go, I know the screen's broken, but honey, I opened it up. You've got 3 windows open. And one of them is Pornhub. And another one is an online dating service. And she's staring at me and she just starts laughing, like hysterically, just cracking up. And I go, and she goes, honey, she goes, that's your fault. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. Like, I'm not doing my job. What's happening here? Are we headed for divorce court? Is that what you're trying to say? She goes, no. She goes, I was on the plane listening to an old show. She goes, I was listening to old shows and you said something about this place and what was on it. And so when we landed at the airport in Las Vegas, I looked it up. She goes, I don't even know what it's called. I had to listen to you say it over and over before I was able to punch it in, and it came up on my phone. And I was like, oh, that's what that is. And then apparently the dating site was like, because sometimes you go to a porn site, it'll open like alternate windows. Because there's always this Live Jasmine one that opens up whenever I go to a porn site. Oh, when I used to, whatever, so yeah, stuff like that would open up all the time. And so she looked at me and she goes, yeah, no, that's you. I checked it out because you kept talking about it. And I was like, yeah, that's what he was talking about. All right. And she's like, I don't know how you know about this stuff. And I said, what do you mean? And I go, I have the internet. That's how I know about it. She goes, yeah, but do you go to sites like that? And I said, well, do you listen to the show? I didn't say that. But I was like, I used to, I didn't mind porn in the middle of the night. Yeah, I would go. And she's like, well, what if you wanted that instead of me? I was like, what are you talking about? She goes, well, like, what if I woke up one night and then you weren't in bed and then I came out and you were on the computer? That would be so terrible. And I said, it would be. If that happens, make sure you bring a gun to the desk. You wouldn't even have to do the shooting. Because if you fucking hand it to me and you catch me watching porn instead of being in bed with you, I will shoot myself in the fucking head. Because I will deserve it. Because we have mirrors. Go take a look and tell me again that you think I might actually get out of bed with you and go to the fucking computer. Never fucking happening. Literally, this show starts as a tiny snowball, and at the end, the hundreds are dead at the bottom of a ravine. I mean, I get that. Believe me, if there's any show in the history of the world that does not need to be transcribed for posterity, it's this one. I like when nobody can see the seams. I like when I'm able to kind of just, fly with the bees wherever. When I have to actually stop the bees and ask for directions, that's not fun. I just like unleashing the bees, but when the bees have to stop in mid-flight and we all have to kind of look at each other and bust out a fucking map, that's not fun at all. I want to saddle up these bees and ride, goddammit! I'm done.